What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to another Gran Turismo 6 video, and today we'll be building my dream car. Now, I've said on multiple occasions that my dream car is a Nissan 240SX S13. I'm quickly just swapping this NSX so I can steal this car because I'm not really going to drive it. I don't even remember why I bought it, really, but I do that all the time. I buy a ton of cars that I'm never going to drive. And now what I'm going to do is go buy my dream car. So, a lot of people who know me personally or talk to me know that my dream car is a 240SX S13, and I've been wanting the hatch for a while, but I've recently been kind of getting sold on the coupe. And I decided really that I was going to recreate my actual dream car in Gran Turismo for you guys because why not, you know? So what I need is the S13 to pop back up here, the Sylvia coupe, because my dream setup has the JDM front end on it, so if I must have passed it somewhere. Let's see. There's a Q's right there. I have a Q's though already, so I need to find the one that I actually already have. It's the premium body style and stuff on it. There it is. So I want, of course, an S13 coupe with the Sylvia front end to kind of, you know, look like a Sylvia. I've been a big Nissan fan since I was young, and I really just wanted one of these cars, and I'm going to get the one white two-tone to start, but it's going to be a dark blue or a purple. And basically I'm going to build this car, basically my dream car setup with this thing is I want to have the kind of look of a show car and the ability to drift, because I would love to have my own drift car, and I would totally do a 240SX because, you know, they're one of the best in the business at drifting. The KSD selection is powered on a, where is the, okay, it's a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine, 172 horsepower. This one apparently also has a turbo, so I'm guessing it's I can't remember what the engine code is for that. I know it's not an SR, because the SR is a 2 liter. But we're going to go ahead and go through what I usually do for these cars, and then it's, you know, the typical fluid change, you know, oil change, stuff like that. Also, I want to talk about something real quick. I'll be relaunching the Ultimate Gran Turismo Tunes website. For those who don't know, I used to run a tuning website way back when for Gran Turismo 6 called Ultimate Gran Turismo Tunes. And it was, you know, it was moderately successful. Still, it's not as good as my actual website and my channel nowadays, but it still does, you know, pretty good. I think I'll keep the stock aero kit on. Let's see what kind of wings we can throw on here. Looks like it's normal. We'll go no wing, because I actually do like the clean look of the wingless car. Nah, I can't make one that's small enough where it looks like it's flush with the car, so we're just going to go with a no wing look. Some of you guys are probably already killing me at this point, because most people think the 240 can get wings, but I like the kind of clean look of the wingless car. And I bet if I do get 240 and I get the coupe with the Sylvia front end put on it, I'm probably not going to put a wing on it in real life anyway, unless I decided to change my entire setup and go for a track car. So we'll go for some bigger wheels. As a joke, I would put on those. You know, they don't look all that bad really on this car, but I'm not going to do that because it wouldn't make sense for muscle car wheels on a this might be a bit big, to be honest, so I may drop that size down just a tad. We'll go with, how about the NKRS tarmacs? Those aren't bad looking either. I like those. The RPF ones, of course, are a good option. The R550Rs is the same wheels I have in my 180 SX Type X. We're gonna roll on. Alright, let's see. Oh, they got the Motegis. That's a good option. I love Motegi wheels. And I'll probably go with these gunmetal ones. The Botticellis aren't really my favorites. The Coranta's not really. There's not really a lot of wheels I like for this car. The Super Forgiatas look really good, so I'm probably going to go with them. Oh, I'm not a big fan of the Ultra Leggeras. Let's see. We can't. The RE30s. We're going to go down to rim size and do the RE30s. Because I don't want to go ridiculously big wheels. There we go. That's, yeah, that's, I kind of like the bigger size, actually. Cannot make my mind up. Go back down. RE30. I'm gonna go with the gray ones. I know some of you guys were like, why don't you do the TE37s? There actually is a 240 I looked at on my local Craigslist that had probably fake TE37s on them. And I looked at it, I liked it a lot, and I just wish I had the money. Basically, that car was running $1,500 because basically what I'm going to go with for a 240 is a kind of a project, something that's not in the greatest shape aesthetically when I get a hold of it, but looks absolutely perfect when it's done. So, of course, we're going to throw a boost gauge in because it's going to get turboed. We'll probably go with a water temperature gauge in Fahrenheit, of course, because America. And don't really need a fuel gauge with this car, so we'll just go with those two gauges. What are the gauge clusters? Okay, so they're white. So we'll go white gauges. I usually try to match. Alright, so that's done. We got two gauges. I usually go 3, but I just felt like only doing 2 this time. Alright, so we've got all the aero bits done, so what I'm going to do is everything under the hood that I'm actually going to do to my real life car whenever I decide to get one. So, I probably won't even have the 1.8 in the car, or the 2.4 for us in America, so I'll probably upgrade the engine. My goal is to put a VQ35 in, so we'll have that in the ECU upgrade, of course, because we'll need a standalone. Then, of course, I want to get a new exhaust, some probably straight piped at a certain point. Let's see, what else would I do to the real car? Probably performance cat, and then of course we do a full high boost turbo. So at that point we're already pushing 400 horsepower to the 4-cylinder, but it would probably be closer to 5 out of the V6 that I want to put in. So then we would throw a 6-speed transmission in. I'm actually going to check this one. We'll go fully customizable. Of course a performance clutch, so we go triple plate. And of course an LSD, which probably would do a welded diff in this situation. Of course springs, can't really go without springs, and upgraded brakes. Now for the tire package, I'm not really the biggest person to care about those tires. I'm gonna go with pretty good tires for the car, of course, in real life. But right now it's kind of just like, do I really need to care? We'll go to weight reduction, and the car would probably be full weight reduction, so we'll do that. Probably won't touch the glass, and we'll probably throw a body colored carbon hood on the car, just for good measure. So I'm going to cut the video now, come back to you guys after I made my suspension adjustments and paint adjustments, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so we finished the setup on the car, and I went with a dark blue pearlescent kind of color. I don't remember the exact color, but I went with some solar yellow brakes. And the car, of course, looks pretty clean in this setup. Now, I decided to go with 8 degrees of camber all the way around because, of course, this would be a drift car. And I'm not a big fan of the stancination, so I probably tone it down a little bit in real life. On the back end, I probably have positive camber, but they don't have an option for that, so I just decided to make it flush with the rest of the car and went 8 degrees all the way around. Right now, it's running standard road tires, so it doesn't really grip very well. But the car itself looks great, and I love the color, and I love the front end of this car. Should be the exact setup I would do in real life if I had one of these cars. You know, besides the camber and the engine. Another thing I would change is the interior of the car. The standard Sylvia or 240SX gauge cluster be ripped out and replaced with the gauge cluster of the Infiniti G35. I'd make sure it's on a full tank so I can get a general idea where the full marker is before I do anything about that. Because I know people have swapped, like for example, my Sport Track in real life, people have swapped F-150 gauge clusters in there from the modern ones, and it doesn't really read right because of the gas gauge. So I'd be sure to check that out, and may even swap a G35 gas tank in just so I wouldn't have to deal with that issue. But yeah, so thank you guys again for tuning in to this really neat little video I decided I wanted to do for figuring out how I want to build my dream car in real life. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys.